Hey y'all, Matt here with Bobcat Bonsai, and today we're gonna get a little bit of a trim up on the Tsukumo Sawara Cypress. Sorry, I have to read it because if I'm not looking at that, I cannot pronunciate the words properly. So we're gonna do a little bit of a trim up. By a little bit of a trim up, for the most part, we're just gonna go in and clean up a lot of the dead that's on the inside of it from being basically drowned out from air and light. So might as well get it all cleaned up and out of the way so that the little tree can continue to grow healthily. All right, let's get to it. All right, so I got myself a little plastic bag here so that it's easier to clean up. The ground is pretty frozen outside right now, so that doesn't lead to much awesomeness. So I'm going to brush off this top here because there's actually, when I was just pulling it out, I saw that there's a little bit of mold growing, so that's not good. So for now, we're just going to brush off this little top layer. With the appropriate measures here, right? Use your little shears to brush it. I'm just kidding, that's not the appropriate measure. I was just saying that to be funny. So it looks almost as if there's like a hair mixed in. Oh, I wonder if it was growing in one of those little seed pod things and then placed in here. I'm not sure. Okay, but now that we're there, we can see in here a little bit better. So we just want to come in and just slowly begin to trim out. I'm just going to slide it out of the pot. We're just going to slowly begin to trim out these little branches right here that have clearly died off. And it'll take a little while to get this all done, but I figured I haven't done a video where I talk in a while, so might as well get to it and do a little bit of talking as well. So I didn't really need to pull this out of the pot in order to do this, but I figured maybe it would give you guys a better view, which is also why I'm kind of holding it sideways, just to try to get you a better view on the inside here, because there's no reason to hold it like this other than the fact that I think I can get you a better view of inside with how thick this brush is. All right, don't mind my awesome pajama pants here as I'm going through and clean this up. I feel like this is probably going to be a lot better view for you than what that last one was. And then again, I'm just trying to go through and grab a lot of this little dead, just a lot of it. Clean up even where there's just soil and stuff that was mixed up in the top portion of here, because that doesn't seem very good. Alright, so I did end up doing two big cuts without you. I took one here, and it definitely took that ball shape out of it. And I'm looking and I'm thinking I'm going to keep this as the front right in here. I'm going to take this branch and bring it down. I want to bring this branch down then too at some point. So then we've got two branches lined up right inside here. There's still a good possibility I can use this one, so I am going to leave it for now. I'm just going to come in here and clean up a little bit so that we don't get too much growth in one spot, if that makes any sense. So for now, we're going to leave that. Then a bigger branch, obviously we're leaving that one just in case. But so now we got over into here. We have this branch, we have this one that runs right above it, and then another one that's running right off of that above that. And the way they're stacking in is just so tight. So what I'm going to opt to do here is I'm actually going to trim these ones and leave that back one on there. So I'm just going to trim up a little bit, give it a little bit of room for dieback, which now leaves this little one right here to continue growing backwards. Then I have this branch here, which I have a lot of options to do what I want with it. But I think for now I'm gonna leave that. Up in here, we have this guy. And this guy just looks to be a mess with everything in there. So I'm gonna come in, just clean this out just a little bit. And just that little trim in there makes a world of difference in just bringing some space. So that's all I'm going to be doing now, is just clearing some more space. I know I said I wasn't going to do any big cuts without you, and then I did that one. This one's got 3 different branches coming out, 4 in theory. So for now we'll leave it. In the future, who knows. Okay, so now we got this right here. Check this out. So boop, that's whatever, we can deal with that later. This little guy right here is just feeding up into this massive mess. So we need to get in here and try to clean up where we can just inside here. So I'm just working my way in a little bit at a time, just trimming off some of the smaller branches just to try to clear up a little bit of space to get more air in here. So as you can see, we're already starting to thin that out, and it's getting, it may not look better right now, but the tree is getting healthier because of this. And at the end of the day, that's the important part, is getting this tree healthy. Alright, so we got our two little trees opened up a little bit, give them a chance to get some fresh air in there and sunlight to try and get some healthy growth. I did take two rather big clippings off the second one, which has more of a twin trunk. So for that, I'm just gonna come over here, get myself a little pot here, and I'm just gonna stick them and hope for the best. Maybe I'll get lucky and get some new ones. Maybe not. Either way, awesome opportunity here. Alright, so what did we accomplish today? We got two trees cleaned up a bit, opened up, get some fresh air, some good sunlight, help them grow. Had to add a little bit of cut paste because I did take a half decent cut. So now I have two cuttings in here. I took one of the tags from the main two trees and put it into there so I don't forget exactly what is there. So let's bring you over to the first tree that we did here. Let me get the rest out of the way so that we have a nice background here to look through at. So as you can see, we opened it up a lot. So this should definitely give us, I mean, it's a slow growing tree, so it's not gonna like shoot off like crazy, but it should give us some good growth now come spring because it's opened up and ready to live a happy little life here. So let's bring in the twin trunk one now. Another great looking tree here. That one I'm gonna have to decide more on a potting angle because it's pretty straight up and down on this trunk, but we'll just take a little tour around from just this little trim up we did. Obviously this isn't even a pre-bonsai style, this is just opening it up to get maximum sun and airflow through all the branches. All right, and hopefully our two future little trees right here, if these two root, that will be super exciting because that would mean I got 4 trees for $18 rather than just 2. Alright, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy my content, you should subscribe to my channel. And if you really enjoy my content, you should hit the bell notification so you get notified every time I release a new video. Thank you.